Hello everyone, I'm Mashuk Utsho with my group mates Housing Q, Daisy Mendes and Sumaya Farooq. Today our group will present a comparative analysis of the organizational culture of Delta Airlines and Southwest Airlines. Both organizations operate within the commercial aviation industry, but they demonstrate different approaches to workplace culture, employees relationship, organizational structure and teamwork. Organizational culture is important because it influences how employees communicate, how responsibilities are organized, how authority is exercised, and how employees work together to achieve organizational goals. Throughout this presentation, we will examine workplace formalities, staff organizations, status and power differences, organizational values, and teamwork practices. We also will discuss the major lessons manager can learn from both of the organizations.
Hello everyone, my name is Housing and I will be starting us off with a brief introduction to the airline industry and the two companies we'll be comparing today. Delta Airlines and Southwest Airlines are both major organizations operating in the passenger airline industry. Delta operates both domestic and international passenger flights. Its organizational approach emphasizes safety, reliability, customer service, and professional performance. These characteristics are important in an industry where employees must consistently conduct complex operations while meeting customer expectations. Southwest Airlines primarily operates domestic passengers flight and emphasizes customer service and operational efficiency. Southwest is also presented as having a people-focused and team-oriented cultures. Therefore, while the two companies compete within the same industry, they demonstrate different organizational identities and cultural priorities.
Thank you for the introduction. Hello everyone, my name is Daisy Mendes, and now we are talking about the company overviews. So looking at the background of these two organizations help us to provide context for our cultural comparison. Delta Airlines was founded in 1925 and its headquarters is in Atlanta, Georgia. It operates within commercial aviation and is known for global operation, customer service, reliability, and professionalism. On the other hand, we have Southwest Airlines that was founded in 1967 and is headquartered in Dallas, Texas. It also operates in commercial aviation and is known for customer service, employees engagement, teamwork, and a distinctive organization culture. So both organizations share a commitment to serving airline passengers, but they have developed different cultural identities.
Now, let me move to workplace formalities, which is one of the most immediately visible reflections of a company's culture. Delta Airlines is presented as having a professional workplace atmosphere. Standardized employees uniform, clearly defined operational role, and a strong emphasis on professionalism contribute to this environment. Southwest Airlines is presented somewhat differently. Its workplace atmosphere is friendly and people-oriented, with a relative informal cultural image. Southwest encourages employees' personalities while combining professionalism with approachability. This does not mean that Southwest lack professional standards. Instead, both organizations demonstrate professionalism in different ways. Delta appears more structured and formal, while Southwest appears more approachable and interpersonal.
Hello, I'm Sumaya Farooq, and now I will discuss the staff organization. The staff organization is particularly important in commercial aviation because airline operations involve many different employee responsibilities. Delta Airline has clearly defined organizational roles, a structured management system, specialized employee responsibilities, and strong departmental coordination. These characteristics provide employees with clear expectations about their responsibilities and how their work connects with other areas of the organization. Southwest Airlines also maintains clearly defined operational roles. However, Southwest places additional emphasis on a strong team based environment, cross functional cooperation, and employee communication. Both airlines require organizational structure, but Delta emphasizes specialization and coordination, with Southwest.
Another important dimension of organizational culture involves status, authority, and power. Delta Airlines has a clearly defined leadership structure and formal operational authority. Employees have a specialized level of responsibility, and management support accountability throughout the organization. It creates clarity regarding who is responsible for particular decision and activities. Southwest Airlines also has a defined management hierarchy, but its culture places greater emphasis on the team interaction, employee communication, and collaborative relationships. Both airlines recognize the importance of authority and leadership, but Delta emphasizes formal responsibilities while Southwest places greater emphasis on communication and collaboration within its organizational structure.
Organizational values. Organizational values communicate the priorities that guide workplace behavior and organizational decisions. Delta Airlines emphasizes safety, customer service, reliability, teamwork, and operational excellence. These values support an organizational culture focused on dependable operations and professional service. Southwest Airlines emphasizes people, customer service, teamwork, hospitality, and employee engagement. There are important similarities between these two organizations because customer service and teamwork are priorities for both. However, Delta places greater emphasis on reliability and operational excellence, while Southwest places greater emphasis on people, hospitality, and employee engagement. These values help explain many of the cultural differences between the two.
Okay, now we are going to talk about teamwork and collaboration, that these components are really essential of airline operations. So Delta Airlines emphasize coordination across operational teams, collaboration between flights and the ground crews, structured communication, and teamwork that supports trustworthy operations. On the other hand, we have Southwest Airlines that emphasize a strong team orientation, employee collaboration, cross-functional communication, and people-focused working relationship. So we see that teamwork is therefore important to both organizations, but emphasis is somewhat different. So Delta's teamwork is more strongly associated with the structured operation coordination, while Southwest teamwork is more strongly associated with the employee relationship and communication. So both of them approach demonstrate that successful airline operations depend on employees working effectively with one another.
This slide summarizes the five major cultural dimensions examined in our presentation. In terms of formality, so Delta is characterized as professional and structured, whereas Southwest is characterized as friendly and relatively informal. Regarding staff organization, Delta uses defined and specialized roles, while Southwest is more team oriented. In terms of power differences, Delta emphasizes clearly defined authority, whereas Southwest places greater emphasis on collaborative interaction. Delta's major values include safety, service, and reliability, while Southwest emphasizes people service and teamwork. Finally, Delta's collaboration is characterized by structured coordination, whereas Southwest approach is characterized by people-centered teamwork.
There are several important lessons that managers can learn from this comparison. Delta Airlines demonstrates How organizational structure can support consistency. Clearly defined role can improve accountability. Coordination can contribute to reliability, and professionalism can reinforce customer service expectations. Southwest Airlines demonstrate how a people-focused culture can support employee engagement. Teamwork can encourage collaboration. Employee interaction can contribute to customer service. And a strong culture identity can strengthen employees' connection. The overall lesson is that managers should develop an organizational culture that supports both operational requirements and positive employee relationships. Structured and employees' engagement can work together when they are properly aligned with organizational goals.
Okay, so to sum up our comparison of Delta Airlines and Southwest Airlines, so demonstrate that organization culture can influence workplace behavior. So employee relationship, communication, authority, and teamwork. Delta emphasizes structure and professionalism, coordination, loyalty, and operational performance. And we saw, on the other hand, Southwest highlight people. So teamwork, engagement, communication, and collaborative relationships. At the same time, both organizations share important priorities, particularly customer service and teamwork. So this comparison demonstrates that companies operating even under the same industry can develop different organizational cultures while pursuing similar business goals. So a strong organizational culture should help employees understand expectations, collaborate effectively, serve customers, and take part to the organizational success. Thank you.
The information used in our presentation is supported by several organizational and academic sources. We used information from Delta Airlines to understand the company's background, organizational priorities, and people's focus initiatives. We also used information from Southwest Airlines concerning its people, organizational culture, inclusions, and belonging. In addition, we use the OpenStack's organizational behavior textbook to support our understanding of organizational behavior concepts. Together, this reference help us examine workplace cultures, organizational. Full citations are listed on the slide.
Thank you everyone for your time and attention. Throughout this presentation, we compared the organizational cultures of Delta Airlines and Southwest Airlines across several important areas including workplace formality, staff organization, power relationships, organizational value, and teamwork. Our analysis shows that Delta emphasizes a more structured, professional, and operationally coordinated environment, while Southeast emphasizes a more people focused, collaborative, and team oriented environment. At the same time, both organizations recognize the importance of teamwork and customer service. We appreciated the opportunity to share our analysis with you. Thank you, and we are happy to answer any questions.